Yes, finally, a review. And guess what it is? A coming of age movie. Hey everybody, welcome to another review. Finally, another review. Sorry it took so long. And today I will be reviewing Ghost World. Yes. And I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't say a first time watch review or a rewatch review. I just said a review. From now on, I'm not going to call my reviews first time watch reviews or rewatch reviews. I'm just going to call them movie reviews, which most of them will be like movies I watch for the first time, but there'll probably be some also, there'll be like some other movies that I have seen before, but like maybe only once and I didn't like it or whatever, which, you know, qualifies as a rewatch review, but I'm just not going to call them those anymore. I'm just going to call them movie reviews for now on. So, just trying to change things up a bit. As you can tell, I changed my location. I'm in front of my closet now, so yeah. All right, so yeah, Ghost World. That's right. This came out in 2001 and was directed by Terry Zwigoff. I hope I said his name right. He was the director of Bad Santa, that Billy Bob Thornton Christmas movie I've never seen and don't plan to, I don't think. I think I've heard decent things about it. Like, I hear it's funny, but I don't know. It just doesn't really seem like my kind of movie, even though I love Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade, but yeah. And this movie is based on a graphic novel, actually, written by Daniel Clowes. That's who wrote the graphic novel, and the screenplay was written by Daniel Clowes and Terry Zwigoff. And it stars Thora Birch, Scarlett Johansson, and Steve Buscemi. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, Ghost World. Okay. Yes, another coming of age movie. It seems like half of my movies are coming of age movies. Half the movies I review, maybe not, but it seems like I've done a bunch of coming of age movies on the channel. I know I've done like The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Lady Bird and Breakfast Club, a bunch of others. There's been so much I've reviewed for the channel. But yeah, I love coming of age movies. I really do. Especially ones I can relate to. And this one is pretty relatable, at least to me. So yeah, Ghost World. I'm going to try my best to describe the plot the best I can. It's kind of confusing a little bit. So this story is about two teenagers, 18-year-olds actually, I think, who just graduated high school, so I would imagine 18. I was 18 whenever I graduated. Whose names are Enid, played by Thora Birch, and Rebecca, played by Scarlett Johansson. And they're like they were like the what do you call them, basket cases, kind of, like the chick, from The Breakfast Club. What was her name? Allison? Yeah. Kind of like them, they don't really have a lot of friends. They're their only friends, And also, they're, like, very sarcastic. They don't really like people anyways. And nobody really likes them that much. I mean, there's probably a few guys that hit on Rebecca, played by Scarlett Johansson, but, that's about it. And, yeah, they just graduated high school, and they're trying to get an apartment for themselves, and they come across this ad in the newspaper of this guy, this lonely guy, whose name is Seymour, and he's played by Steve Buscemi. First they think he's pathetic, they, just this pathetic loser who doesn't have a girlfriend and stuff. And they prank call him, they set up like a meeting, from the supposed to be like someone from the ad from the newspaper. And, and they make fun of him. But then Enid, Thora Birch's character, feels sorry for him. So she meets him and they become friends and stuff. And she tries to help him get a girlfriend. But then she kind of starts to have feelings for him. So that's basically the plot of all I could say about this film. Yeah, so I think I did my best. Also, I think Rebecca's, like, her friend Rebecca, she's also like kind of jealous of Seymour too, because she spends more time with him than her now. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, this movie, Ghost World, I thought I would probably like it, and I did. I did enjoy this film. I think it's pretty good, and it's very well written and well directed and mostly well acted. I love Thora Birch in this movie. This is my favorite performance of Thora Birch, even though the only other Thora Birch movie I've ever seen was American Beauty, which is one of my all-time favorite films. And I like American Beauty better than this, but I gotta say, I think she's better in this movie as Enid. I really like her performance and even her character in this movie. Yeah, she was great. Steve Buscemi was also great, but I never seen a bad performance by him. Even in those bad Adam Sandler movies he's in, he's like usually the best part about them. I love Steve Buscemi. He's one of my favorite actors. Very underrated actor too. But yeah, they're definitely the best parts about this movie. They have great chemistry together, Thora Birch and Steve Buscemi. And notice I didn't say anything about Scarlett Johansson. She is honestly my least favorite thing about the movie. I don't really care for her very much. Like, both her performance and her character, I don't really care for her. I don't really care for her in this movie. Like, I don't know, her character, I mean, is okay, I guess, sorta. But like I kind of get where she's coming from, the character, because she's jealous of Enid, if her best friend spend time with someone else and her. I get that. That makes sense. But I think it might be the performance by Scarlett Johansson. She wasn't that great in this movie, I have to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't say she's terrible. Like, at certain parts she's actually okay, but I don't know. Her acting just felt off to me. I don't know whether or not it's just her acting or it might even be the character. It's kind of confusing because she plays like this character, which both of them have like kind of a similar attitude. They don't really give a fuck about people. But with Enid, she has more of a personality, and Rebecca doesn't really have much of a personality, to be honest. And I think it's mostly because of her performance. Like, her performance is very, very bland, honestly. Like, I don't, like, even, I had to actually watch this movie twice, and even the second time, I mean, I think I saw a little bit more, like, emotion and stuff, but not much. The only scene where I felt emotion from her was the scene where they're arguing, Enid and Rebecca, and she was yelling at her and stuff. That was the only scene where I actually felt emotion. I could tell that she was angry. I could definitely see that, but other than that, like, I don't know. She was, even whenever she was somewhat kind of happy, like, she would smile, but it wasn't, I don't know. She still just didn't, like, she almost seemed like a robot or something. She didn't really have much of a personality. It might be her performance. This is one of her earliest performances. I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I haven't really seen much to know yet. I did review her, and she was great in that movie, but she was voice acting in that movie, So, I mean, she was better in that movie than she was in this, but but she was voice acting, so you know it kind of doesn't really count, like on her performance really, but still a great voice performance though, without a doubt. And even a better voice performance in this movie because, like I said, she like even her tone of like the tone of her voice, like she like kind of talks like this the whole time in this movie, pretty much. She's like, "Oh hey, what's going on?" Like, that's pretty much how she is in this movie. It's I don't like it. But back to Thora Birch, I still feel like I need to talk about her some more. I think mostly her character. I was watching reviews to this movie, and there was actually 2 reviews where they both had 2 guys in it, and each one had a guy in it that didn't like her character, Enid. Like they thought that the character was like too, I don't know, bitchy, but also like I don't even know exactly, but they didn't like her character, and I don't know, I kind of understand because she's not really a likable person, per se. Like, you know, if you knew her in real life, you probably wouldn't like her, but I don't know. I think it's mostly because I kind of relate to this character, Enid. I should say, you know, I mean, it, like, even in the description of this film, like on the back of it and stuff, like, it makes it look like it's about these 2 characters, but it's like Rebecca is mostly just like a supporting character, to be honest. The main character in this film is Enid, and it's really about, you know, her just struggling through life. She's not like I don't know. She's just not sure what she's going to do after high school, you know, because she just graduated. She just doesn't know what to do with her life, you know, and she tries to figure it out and stuff. And whenever she, you know, meets Seymour, Steve Buscemi's character, you know, I mean, you know, she starts to like him a lot, you know, and, but she also feels like maybe it, like, also he's like 40 or something and she's 18, which is barely legal, but, you know, but she does kind of feel like maybe it's not the right decision or something. I might be spoiling the film. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I'm sorry if that does spoil. But yeah, no, I can relate to this character. Even I'm right now still kind of struggling, like, what to do with my life. 'Cause honestly, I don't know. I don't have a job at the moment. I live with my brother and my sister-in-law, and I don't really do anything. This is what I do, which of course I don't make money out of doing it, but this is my hobby. Watching movies and reviewing them is what I do. So, so yeah, I really don't know what to do with my life at the moment. So I can relate to this character. And also Seymour is kind of relatable too. Like, he's kind of just like this loner guy, you know? And I'm kind of that way too. I mean, I don't have a girlfriend. Ladies call me. But you know, I don't know. I can kind of relate to this guy. He's a very awkward person, and so am I. Also, even Edith's an awkward person, which is why them 2 get along together. But and also why I can relate to these 2 characters. Rebecca, I don't really relate to her at all, but Edith and Seymour are very relatable characters, and also helps with the performances, like I said, by Thora Birch and Steve Buscemi. Like I said, they have great chemistry in this movie, and yeah, they're definitely the best parts about this film. I wish Scarlett Johansson, at least her, I wish that at least her performance was as good as theirs, but maybe even if I don't relate to the character, I do wish that her performance was as good as theirs, but no, but yeah, for the most part, I really enjoyed this film. There's also a character in this movie that I kind of feel like is pointless. I mean, he's not in it too much. He's only like in 2 scenes. I don't know what his name is, but this dude who he's always at this convenience store. They have a friend, this guy who works at a convenience store, and then not him, but there's also this guy that just hangs around there. He has like a mullet, and he's always wearing sunglasses. And in one of the scenes, he was shirtless and stuff, and he seemed like a cartoon character and stuff. He kind of reminded me of the movie Super Troopers, that comedy. Like he seems like one of those kind of characters, like a stoner kind of character or something. And he didn't really feel like he was like belonged in this film. It like if you take him out of the film, it's still wouldn't really change much, you know. He wasn't really much of a character in this film. I felt like he was pointless. I mean, he was kind of funny, but I didn't really feel like he was. You know, I didn't feel like he was needed in this movie. But I don't know who played him, but yeah, he was. I didn't really care for him, but you know, overall, like I said, this is a pretty decent film. I do think it could be better. But I think it's written very well, actually. Like, I think probably, well, that and the performance by Thora Birch and Steve Buscemi, like, I think those are, like along with those, I think it's written very well. I think it was even nominated for Best Screenplay or something, but it lost to the Best Picture winner of that year, A Beautiful Mind, which I actually owned that movie. And I'm looking to watching it and maybe reviewing it. Hopefully, we'll see. But I do own that movie, so yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, maybe look out for a review on A Beautiful Mind in the future. But yeah. Let's see. What else should I say about this movie? The soundtrack. Soundtrack is really interesting. Like. The song that opens with I like quite a bit, but it's like this kind of like this Indian or something, some kind of music. Like it's like Indian kind of music. It kind of sounds like a mix between Indian music and Mexican music in a way. Like it's really interesting. The opening track and like it also has like a bunch of like blues songs and stuff. Like the character Seymour, he likes a lot of blues music and jazz and stuff like that. And there's like some of that kind of music. And there's also a scene where whenever Enid is, she's trying to go for like a punk rock look to her. You know, she's trying to change up, trying to do something new with her life or whatever. She tries to go for like a punk rock look. And there's that song from the Buzzcocks. What's it called? What Do I Get? That was playing in it. That was like my favorite song that was in the movie. Like the only song that I kind of knew from before I started watching this movie. But yeah, I don't know. It's like a different kind of soundtrack with like a random punk song, but like jazz and blues, a lot of that kind of stuff. And it's kind of interesting that they put that instead of just popular music, you know, in this film. You know, and, you know, actually, I mean, this is kind of changing the subject, but there's one thing I want to say about this movie. I would say this is probably a better version of Booksmart, which is a coming-of-age high school movie that I reviewed for the channel that I did not like at all. Go watch my review for that if you haven't already. If you actually like that movie, I don't recommend you watch it, but because you'll probably hate me afterwards because I did not like that movie at all. But in a way, I kind of felt like this was just like a better version of that. I mean, the characters are different, but also a little bit similar in some ways, these characters. So, I don't know. I felt like I said, I just felt like this was a better version of Booksmart. I kind of feel like this was probably an inspiration for Booksmart. I mean, I know, of course, Superbad was a big inspiration for Booksmart, but I feel like this might have been too. And this was also a big influence. I said inspiration. A big influence on Juno, I could tell this movie is. Which is a movie I also really enjoy. That's a really good movie. And it's a little bit similar to Juno. So if you like the movie Juno, I highly recommend this film. I think you'll like this movie. But yeah, Ghost World. It's pretty underrated, I have to say. It doesn't get talked about too much. It has a cult following. In fact, I think there's a Criterion release of this film. I believe there is. But yeah, pretty good movie, and I do recommend it if you like, coming of age films, and yeah. So yeah, Ghost World. Can't really think of what else to say. Love the performances by Thora Birch and Steve Buscemi. Scarlett Johansson, not so much. That's my biggest flaw with the film. But other than that, this is a pretty good movie, I have to say. Pretty good movie, Ghost World. So I'm going to give Ghost World, I'm going to go ahead and give it its grade, since we're already at the 20-minute mark. I'm going to give Ghost World a B. I wanted to give it a higher grade, at least a B plus, but because of the bland performance by Scarlett Johansson, I'm going to give it a B. So yeah, Ghost World gets a B. Yeah, pretty good. All right, so there's my review for Ghost World. So in the comments, I'm trying to think of what else to say besides what's your favorite coming of age movie. I mean, go ahead and put that down. What's your favorite coming of age movie? What's your favorite Steve Buscemi movie, I guess? Yeah. What's your favorite Steve Buscemi movie? My favorite... oh, wait. I already know what my favorite is. It is Reservoir Dogs. I love that movie. And, actually, I kind of want to check out more... because I really like Thora Birch in this movie. If you have any recommendations, besides American Beauty, if you have any recommendations of a good Thora Birch movie, please put down in the comments. I would like to check more of her films out. And I guess, what's your favorite Scarlett Johansson movie? I would probably say Her for me. I liked Her better than this, and plus I liked Scarlett better in that movie, anyways. But yeah, favorite Scarlett Johansson movie. So, alright, so please like and subscribe, of course. And, I'll see ya very soon. Probably another top 5 list. Yeah, probably so. So, I'll see you later. Okay. Peace.